Hello Stampin' friends, this is Trina Brower here with a quick video today of a very simple card where I am going to try and use up some very old designer series paper from Stampin' Up. Right now I haven't decided what I want for my inside sentiment, but I am going to use the hello from The Biggest Wish for my hello on my card. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start with a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock scored at 5 1/2 to be my card base. Then I am taking, let me get my bone folder here and kind of smush that down a little bit more than what I had before. I am going to take then a piece of designer series paper, and this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I am going to put that down. I find that it's easier for me to go ahead and use liquid glue when I'm putting down a whole piece like this. First of all, like I've said before, it gives me wiggle room, and I just seem to do better than using my mono adhesive on this. Get that on there, kind of hold it up here and see if I can get it straight. Looks pretty good. Give it a good push. And we've got our card base ready. So like I said, this is going to be a very simple card, very quick and easy. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other piece of designer series paper, and this is 3 by 4. So if you're using 12 by 12 paper, you can get quite a few of these out of there. You'll be able to get, what is that, 12 out of there. So this, of course, you're going to use maybe only 4 out of your 12 by 12 paper, but you're going to have some left over that you could be able to swap them and put the stripes on the middle, this on the back. It just depends on how you want to play with it. Okay, then I am going to take, I am using Marina Mist because that's going to be the thing that seems to coordinate well with this. And this is going to be cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/8. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on my piece of designer series paper here. And I am not going to center it like I normally do. In fact, I'm going to kind of put it right up to the top of my piece of cardstock there. So I've got my edge just around the 3 sides, not at the top. And then I am going to go ahead, and I also have another piece here. And this was I think it was Pear Pizzazz. And really I just use scraps. And as long as it's 2 inches wide, you're going to be fine, because I used our old punch here, and it'll take a 2 inch, I believe it's a 1 1/2 and a 1 inch, and then slide it right up in there and do your thing. So that's what I did. I just found some scrap paper for that, just to use that. As long as it's 2 inches wide, it's going to work for me. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive at the top of this, and then kind of figure out exactly about how much of this I want to show. And I'm going to say I only want about that much to show. And it looks like I have it lined up fairly straight. That looks good. And then I'm going to attach the whole thing to my card base. And like I said before, right up at the top. I'm not going to leave too much, nothing around the corners there. Oh, I almost left this a little bit too long, but that's okay. I liked it a little bit shorter. This I almost like, I can move it, which, let's see if I can move it without ripping too much. Oh yeah, I can. I'm going to move it up just a little bit. I didn't like it being so close to the end of the card. Yep, that's really crooked. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, now I'll stick it on the card base. Still didn't move it up that much, but at least enough. Okay. The next little piece is going to be a 3 by 1/2 inch piece, and once again I'm just using some more of the Marina Mist, which of course is an old, I believe, retired color. And I'm just going to place that down on here. I already fishtailed it myself, and I'm going to place it about right about here, I think, and all the way to the edge of the other Marina Mist cardstock. Then the last piece here is going to be a 3 by 1 piece. I haven't punched this yet, so let me slide it in and punch it first. Get that done. And then I am going to stamp real quick. Let me get my paper down here. My hello on my little piece. And I'm stamping in Marina Mist again. Let's see if I can get that on there. I'm going to put it kind of near the end. Hopefully my head's not too much in the way and you can still see. That turned out good. Move this all over to the side. And of course, let me put this away before I end up with all my fingers in it as usual. So this is kind of what I'm looking at right here. Now I'm going to go ahead. I could pop that up if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep this fairly simple. Just add some more adhesive to it. I'm going to stick it right there. This is just such a simple, easy card. It takes more to cut out your pieces than to put the card together, and then it goes fast. Now, I've told you before that I have a little box. Let me kind of put this to the side of leftovers from cards that I've made. So, you know, I just throw pieces in here as we go. This has got a whole bunch of, you know, here's even some little kitty cats that I could put on there, color and put on there, all sorts of things. So this is kind of my free for all type of things. But I've already pulled out a couple of things that I wanted to use. Let me put this back. I found this little flower already punched out, this butterfly, which I love, and then this is something else that just came probably from a scrapbook page that I didn't use. And then of course I've got my old bling from Stampin' Up. So let's just go ahead and decorate this a little bit with what I've already found. I am going to try and use a dimensional for that. And of course, you know, I always forget something. So get my dimensional out. Just going to put one right in the middle there. Going to add it. Is that not cute? And then of course, always need a little bit of bling. So let me pull this in. Let's use some of that real light pink. Find what I need here to pull that off with. Once again, always leave something that I need. Never fails. Here we go. Just this. I find it easier to use whatever you call this thing to kind of take off my bling. Works better for me than anything else I've tried. Oh, maybe I'll put that one right up here. Too close. Right about there. And maybe another one down here. Right about here. There we go. There we have the front of my card. Now I've got scraps left over. So for the inside of my card, I just have a couple of 1-inch scraps here. And I'm going to just slide these through my punch. Dovetail them a little bit. And I am going to use these on the inside of my card. Cutting them off just wherever I think I need to. If these are pretty long, I'll probably just snip these off real quick. And at least on this one, I get to follow the stripes, so that makes it easier for me because I'm not very good at doing it on my own. Usually I have my cutter out. I'll kind of stick this about right here. And this next one, just going to do some guessing. Figure about right in the middle of that flower. And there we go. So I have a little bit of decoration on the inside of my card. I always like to have a little something. So there's the inside of my card. Outside. Turned out cute, I think. Use whatever scraps you have. This one, I had that little flower still left over. I'll probably end up doing a few more butterflies or some other scraps. I also had these old, I think they were called flower flourishes, which these things, so I'll probably end up using a few of those too. They're really cute. I don't know if you can see them very well, but they're darling. So I'll probably end up using a few of those on the cards. So whatever you have handy, use. Or, you know, if you like with the butterfly, go ahead and do another butterfly. And I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy card. Get rid of some of that designer series paper that you may have had a little bit too long, like me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Keep stamping and scrapping. Bye-bye.